we're really fortunate with this production of Man of La Mancha that we're doing some new things with the text. Dale Wasserman, who is the man who wrote the book to the musical and created it originally, unfortunately passed away this last December. But before his death, I had been in conversations with him about revisiting the material a little bit. And his background, Dale had written the story first for a non-musical teleplay which aired live in the late 1950s and told essentially the same story about how Cervantes is thrown into a prison and improvises the Don Quixote story in a sort of kangaroo court in the prison. So I went back to Dale's original teleplay, and there was some text in it, some dialogue that was really wonderful that hadn't made its way into the musical. So I approached him about the possibility of interpolating some of that dialogue into our production of the musical. He was very generous about having us do that. I did a sort of pass of the new script and sent it back to him. He made a few comments, we went back and forth a few times, and ended up with a script that is largely the same as the original one, but with a few new sections, a few new pieces of dialogue that really helped to clarify and deepen some of the show. And in the process of preparing for this, Dale unfortunately passed away. So I'm very sorry he's not going to be able to be here for the opening of the show, although his widow, Martha, is going to be here. But we're very honored to be able to present this show in a slightly altered form with in a way that is hopefully going to make the audience hear it in a fresh way, even if they've seen the show many times. And we're so blessed to have had the opportunity to have this collaboration with Dale and essentially be the last production to get to do Man of La Mancha with some of his input into the way his text played.
Yeah, we're actually using the entire original orchestration, which is something you hardly ever get to hear anymore unless you go and see Patty do Gypsy in New York. You know, I'm getting a little tired of sometimes you have to do two synthesizers and a horn player, and happily we're not doing that. We're doing the entire thing. I've been working through the score a lot with Brent, and being able to, he's got a wonderful voice, you know, he's got great resonance down low, and to be able to sort of match that with the original bass trombone and timpani, there's a lot of timpani in it, that's like a real opportunity.
I think the most exciting thing for me in this process has been working with the actors, because I get to work with dancers all the time. And in the opera world, I work with singers, so here I get to work with singers and actors, and it's been really fulfilling for me to work with them and come at the movement from their perspective and create it for their intention, for their characters, and to approach it that way rather than pure movement.
Well, I've never been on stage where down to the last person they are a lead. There's lead quality about each one of them, and also practically each one can sing, dance, and act with equal ability, and it's quite amazing, you know. And you know, I've sung with great singers, but then when you get somebody like Brent who can sing the hell out of this thing and act with the vulnerability and strength, I look into his eyes and I start crying. I'm not acting, I just look into his eyes. You know? Yeah.